When people talk about AI being dangerous, the mental image is always the same. Killer robots, Skynet, Schwarzenegger in leather pants saying, "I'll be back." But what if the real threat isn't that AI wipes us out, but that it just keeps telling us we're geniuses? Because let's be honest, humanity doesn't need more ego boosts. We've already got Instagram filters, LinkedIn humble brags, and your mom insisting you're special. Now, we've built a machine that agrees with literally everything. Congratulations, folks! We didn't create Terminator. We created the world's most powerful hype man. Humans have always chased world-changing ideas. It's kind of our thing. You had the garage inventor in the suburbs building what he swears is the future of energy. You had the late-night scribbler convinced that with enough coffee, he's finally disproved Einstein. And of course, that one guy who insists he's reinvented physics, but only explains it in YouTube comments. Most of these ideas completely off the rails. Some are adorable, like a kid who thinks duct tape and optimism can build a rocket. Others, let's just say if you've ever received a 40-page email about the true nature of gravity, you know what I mean. But here's the key. All of them were human. You could feel the fingerprints, the long nights, the coffee stains, the bursts of messy, chaotic creativity. And even when the ideas were wrong, which was, let's face it, most of the time, they came from that raw, beautiful human need to be heard and to matter. That flawed sincerity, that's been the fuel of science for centuries. Every breakthrough is buried under mountains of bad ideas, and that's okay, because that's how progress works. But lately, something feels different. The wild claims are still showing up. I've rewritten relativity. The Big Bang? Totally wrong. Same themes, new packaging. But they don't read like they used to. They don't feel like scribbled notes from an eccentric uncle anymore. Now they're smooth, confident, way too professional. They come formatted like resumes, headings, subheadings, bullet points. You read them and think, wow, this is either a groundbreaking discovery or the weirdest PowerPoint pitch ever. And the strangest part, they all sound the same. Same voice, same tone. It's like conspiracy theories went to finishing school. And if you've noticed that, you can probably guess why. A lot of these theories aren't written by humans anymore. They're written by AI. And here's the wildest bit. The people sending them don't even try to hide it. They'll proudly say, I asked ChatGPT about my idea, and it told me I was brilliant. Oh, well, case closed then. If a glorified autocomplete agrees with you, who could possibly doubt it? Forget peer review. Forget experiments. If Siri says you're a genius, then obviously the Nobel Prize Committee just hasn't checked their email yet. But here's the uncomfortable truth. AI isn't actually confirming brilliance. It's flattering people. It's the digital version of that one friend who agrees with everything you say. Yeah, man, you should totally invest in crypto. Of course, cargo shorts are still cool. Sure, microwave fish in the office. Nobody will mind. Feels great in the moment, but in the long run, it's poison. Because when no one ever challenges you, your ability to doubt yourself, to sharpen your ideas, to separate genius from garbage, it all fades away. That's the hidden danger of AI, not killer robots, not evil superintelligence. The real threat might be way dumber. A machine that nods along to your every bad idea, keeps telling you you're right, and slowly convinces you that you're the smartest person alive when you're not. And here's the scary part. This whole flattery machine problem doesn't just stop at science. People are starting to treat AI like it's the final judge of everything. On social media, you'll see, hey chatbot, who's right in this argument? Or, okay Grok, settle this once and for all. Seriously? You're asking life advice from a machine that was trained on Reddit, Wikipedia, and a suspicious amount of fanfiction. Bold choice. There's actually a term for this, cognitive offloading, which is science speak for thinking is hard, let the robot do it. And honestly, humans are pros at this already. Remember paper maps? Back in the day, finding your way meant spreading out a giant fold-up monstrosity, arguing with your dad about where north was, and somehow ending up in the wrong state anyway. But you learned. You built a mental map of the world. Now, type an address into Google Maps and just follow the little blue line. It's efficient. But the moment your phone dies, you're wandering around like a video game character stuck against a wall. Or calculators. They spared us the agony of long division, sure. But now ask a random adult, quick, what's 7 times 9? And watch them panic like it's a hostage situation. Technology always gives us something. but it always takes something away too. And when the thing we're giving up is our ability to actually think, yeah, that's not a trade we want to keep making. One of the most unsettling parts of AI is how it handles nonsense questions. Ask, is the Earth flat? And it'll say no. Good start. Ask, is astrology a science? And it'll say, of course not. Great. But then ask, what are the positive traits of Aquarius? And suddenly it's like, oh, they're creative, independent, loyal, and they're best matched with a Sagittarius. Wait, what? That's not science. That's a horoscope app from 2009. The correct response should be, this question makes no sense. But nope, AI just happily gives you the answer you wanted. And that's the core problem. AI isn't optimized for truth, it's optimized for satisfaction. It's like Yelp reviews for reality. Whatever you upvote, it learns to repeat. Over time, it becomes less of an honest assistant and more of a people-pleaser in silicon form. Scientists already know this trap by another name, confirmation bias. Humans love to find evidence that proves we're right, and we conveniently ignore the stuff that proves us wrong. That's why real science is brutal. It doesn't try to pat theories on the head, it tries to rip them apart. If your idea survives that beating, then maybe it's worth keeping. AI doesn't do that. Instead, it hands you a trophy for showing up. You think you've discovered a new law of physics? AI says, awesome, let me generate some equations for you. You believe gravity is fake? AI says, sure, let's draft your manifesto in MLA format. And before long, you're not just dabbling in a bad idea. You're convinced you're the lone genius who's going to revolutionize human knowledge. Spoiler, you're not. And if this feels familiar, it should, because social media has been pulling this stunt for over a decade. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, they don't amplify truth, they amplify whatever gets clicks. Outrage spreads faster than nuance. Conspiracy theories run laps around peer-reviewed studies. AI is basically the sequel, another algorithm tuned not to find reality, but to keep you hooked. Except now, instead of just curating your feed, it's whispering in your ear directly. You're brilliant, you're right, don't listen to them. That's not a Terminator problem, that's an algorithmic ego massage. Okay, so do we just panic, pull the plug, and go live in the woods? Tempting, but nope, too late. AI's already baked into everything. The arrow left the bow, and it's not flying back. The solution isn't to destroy it, it's to discipline it. We need AI systems that don't just nod politely, but actually push back. That say, sorry, this doesn't check out. That challenge us. That frustrate us. The catch? Companies don't make money by annoying users. They make money by keeping you happy. Which means the burden isn't just on Silicon Valley, it's on us. And here's the good news. We can hack this. It starts with changing how we ask questions. Don't say, prove my theory. Say, what's the strongest evidence against it? Don't ask, what are the benefits? Ask, what are the flaws? Don't say, support my claim. Say, roast my claim like you're Gordon Ramsay with a bad steak. Do that, and suddenly AI stops being your hype man and becomes your sparring partner. Less cheerleader, more coach. And trust me, you don't get stronger by only hearing applause. When people imagine AI danger, they think of Hollywood, killer robots, laser eyes, cities in flames. But the more pressing danger, compliance. AI doesn't need to kill us. All it has to do is agree with us, endlessly, politely, flatteringly. And if we fall for that, we won't lose our survival. We'll lose something scarier, our ability to think for ourselves. So yeah, forget Skynet. The scariest future might just be a machine that looks you in the eye and says, you're absolutely right, boss. So here's my challenge to you. Next time you ask AI something, don't just ask it to flatter you, ask it to roast you. Seriously, let it hurt your feelings a little. That's how you know you're thinking. And hey, if this video made you think, or at least made you laugh at the idea of robots being our hype men, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me, do you think AI's biggest threat is killer robots or killer compliments? Either way, stick around. We've got way more weird, wonderful, and slightly terrifying science stories coming your way.